So, a little update on the shock absorbers on the back of my MRX for those of you who are interested. Uh, I tested the car on Friday at Slidehouse and I adjusted the toe because I had 1.5 degrees of towing and my go-to setting is 2 degrees. So I had to take a toe strap off my original MST that I've had since 2013 because I didn't have a spare toe block that was narrow enough, because I'm now running a 3.5 to 5 on the rear and it's fully wide, and on the front I was running the same, but I had it all the way in, so it was running at 3.5, which gave me 1.5 degrees. So I needed to use a I think it's 2 to 3.5 toe block with it all the way out on the front to give me 2 degrees of towing. Car felt okay. Then I tried playing with the anti-squat and anti-dive, which is basically where, those of you that don't know about RC and suspension setups, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. On these toe blocks here, if you lift them up at the back by 0.5 mil or 1 mil, it obviously gives the suspension arm rake that way. Obviously I'm exaggerating. It gives it rake that way, and the idea is that when you accelerate and squat, it puts the arms flat to the floor. Obviously it's exaggerated because there's not that much movement. You don't get that much movement. So I tried it with both. I tried actually changing the roll centre by putting 0.5 mil under both at the front and back, but it didn't feel very nice. So I took the front one out, so I'm now running rake forward. Damping wise, I still think it's a bit soft, so I'm going to this evening I am going to put some 30 weight oil in these shockers with these adjustable dampers, just to try it. So yeah, just me waffling bollocks really. If you're interested in RC stuff, and I'll do a quick I'll do a time lapse now while I do this, and I might show you the top of the piston while we're at it. Right, now I've got the shocker top off and I've drained the oil out. I'll show you that's how you adjust the damping, by turning the collar. So I'm trying to get the light. By turning the collar. What that does, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll get the light right, I might be able to see it. You can see in there, if I push that piston up, can you see it's got, that's keyed into the top of the piston, that metal, so that if I get it to the top so you can see it, if I turn I'm turning the bottom ball joint round, which basically runs through the centre of that black shaft. It's actually got a shaft running all the way through it, which is connected to the piston at the top, to the ball joint at the bottom, and this collar is connected to the black part, which has the cam underneath the piston, which blocks the hole off as you turn it. So yeah, that's a little bit more of an explanation. There we are, done. There's the oil that came out of the shockers. It's just going through. Put that to one side. That's now 30 weight oil in there rather than 10. It does feel a bit thicker, I set it to number 4. It was on 8 on the 10 weight oil. So yeah, all that remains is to put those back on the car. I've checked the lengths. I counted how many threads the tops were. Yeah, get the shaft back in. Just when I take the shock off, the shaft slips out of its cup. Yeah, the only thing I am considering trying next on these new arms, if you can see there, there's a bump on the bottom where the pin goes through. I'll try and get the angle so you can see it. I'm sure it'll be visible when I watch it back. But on the top there isn't a bump at all. So it means that the pin is lower, the arms higher on the pin, if that makes sense. I could turn that inside round, which would then change the roll centre at the rear. And changing your roll centre is more effective on the bottom arms rather than the top. So even a tiny adjustment on the rear makes a massive difference to the roll centre, more so than the top. So yeah, so there we are. Yeah, it feels good. So there we are, changing the oil of the dampers. Slide outs Tuesdays and Fridays. Come and have a skid.